Right. Okay, Amma. Look here. So, different types of charge densities. Over then, let us see today forces, Coulomb forces. The electrical force between charges. Okay, right? Yes. Right. Coulomb's inverse square law. What it says? Force between any two charges separated by r distance, then the force is directly proportional to the product of their magnitude of charges, right, and is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, right, means magnitude of charges increases, automatically force between the charges also increases, and the distance decreases, force increases, and vice versa. F is directly proportional to the q1 q2 by r square. Put a proportionality constant k into q1 q2 by r square, right? You know that k is the constant in air or free space. It is equals to the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Its value is 9 into 10 to the power of 9, right? So here Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay, so that F is equals to the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 q2 by r square. Here epsilon naught is what here? Permittivity of air or free space, right? This is in the air. In any medium, the force in the medium is equals to the 1 by 4 pi epsilon into q1 q2 by r square, where epsilon is permittivity of medium, right? See here, epsilon r is the relative permittivity, that is equal to, we can write here epsilon by epsilon naught, means what? The ratio of permittivity of a medium to the permittivity of air or free space. That is nothing but here a medium permittivity is comparing the permittivity of one medium with respect to the air medium, air or free space. That is relative permittivity, where epsilon is equal to epsilon r into epsilon naught, we can write, isn't it? So in the medium, we can write here 1 by 4 pi epsilon r into epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square, right? So you can give the conclusion here when you compare it with air to the medium, right? So which force is greater here? The force in the air or free space is more when comparing to the medium, isn't it? So how many times it is greater here? Epsilon r times, isn't it? So less force is there in the medium, that is 1 by epsilon r times it is. So in the medium is equals to the force in the air by epsilon r, isn't it? So you can write here epsilon r is equal to force in the air by force in the medium also we can write. Okay, right? Here just Coulomb's law, that the force between two point charges we see, right? And tell me here, force between two charges depends on what factor here? It is depends on the magnitude of charges, next distance or separation between charges, next medium present between charges. On three factors it is depending here, right? See, if two charges are there here, q1 and q2, the force is directly proportional to the magnitude of charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, right? See here, if distance is half and the charges magnitude is doubled, what is the force? Now the force become F dash becomes the Q1 dash Q2 dash by R dash square, right? So what here, F by F dash is equals to Q1 Q2 by R square by 2Q into 2Q divided by R by 2 whole square, right? Then we can get here q1 q2 by r square, here 1 divided by 4 by 4, it is again 1. So f dash is equals to f, right? If the distance decrease it to half and distance become by 4, it is, no, it becomes 4, again 1 by 4 it is there, 4 it is, isn't it? Correct, ah? So it becomes 16 times, right? Then the force becomes f dash is equals to the 16 times of the force between them, right? Okay, now see, suppose q1 charge is 10 coulombs given, q2 is 20 coulombs given, are separated r distance, isn't it? If 5 5 coulomb of charge added to each charge, then new force f dash is equal to what? Each charge is 5 coulombs of charge is added for q1 and also q2 minus 20 coulombs, it is 10 coulombs, it is minus 20 coulombs. F is directly proportional to q1 q2 and f dash is directly proportional, here the same distance and separated there, so no need to change the distance there. F is directly proportional to the q1 dash q2 dash, so f1 by f2 is what we can write, q1 q2 by q1 dash q2 dash, here it is q1 q2 is 10 into 20, we can write minus 20, here q1 dash and q2 dash 10 plus 5, 15 coulombs, Q2 dash minus 20 plus 5 minus 15 coulombs. So here 15 into minus 15, that is 200 divided by, it is 225, right? So the ratio, it is 200 divided by 225. 25 ಜೊತೆಗೆ 5 4s are 5 4s are 5 5s are, right? So 8:9, the ratio between the forces before adding and after adding, the ratio of the forces F by F dash is equals to 8 by 9. Not visible, huh? Okay, right, right. If two charges Q1 is 100 coulombs, Q2 is 50 coulombs of charge taken, if 20 coulombs charge transfer to Q2, right, from Q1, okay, the new force, right, or so initial or here 50 and 100. So before transfer, Q1 is how much? 100, Q2 is 50. After transfer, Q1 is equals to how much it is? 100 minus 20, Q2 is 50 plus 20, right? So dash. So Q1 dash is 80 coulombs, Q2 dash is 70 coulombs, right? And then their ratio you write down. What is that here? F is directly proportional to initial charges here 100 into 50, and F dash is directly proportional to the how much there? 80 into 70. So F by or F dash by F you write means 80 into 70 divided by 100 into 50, right? 28 by, right. If 72 by, so okay, it is 225 means 870. So 80 into 70 F dash by F I root. Next, okay, so ida 56 divided by, right, okay, 28 by 25, okay, right. Next, say here, by sharing of charges, if two conductors of charges 50 and 25 coulombs, right, A and B, after in contact are identical, and separated. Find new force. Right? Before separation, Q1 is 50, Q2 is 25 coulomb, and after separation, Q1 dash is equal to what we can write? Q1 plus Q2 by 2, 50 plus 25 by 2, right? And Q2 dash also same here. Okay. Then for identical, we can write here Q1 plus Q2 by 2. Then the ratio here F by F dash 50 into 25 by 75 by 2 into 75 by 2, right? 25 3s are, right? 2 into 2 into 2 divided by 9, 8 by 9. The ratio between the forces before and after in contact or after sharing the charges. Okay. Right. Two conductors of radii R1 is R and R2 is equals to 2R, having charges 10 coulombs and 20 coulombs. Right. Find force between two charges after in contact and separated to same distance. Right? Q1, Q2. Yes. What is the charge before in contact? What is here? 10 coulombs. Q2 is 20 coulombs. After sharing of charges, what we can write? Q1 dash is equals to the R1 by into Q1 plus Q2. So Q1 dash is R by 3R, R plus R 3R into 30, 10 coulombs. Q2 dash is 2R by 3R into 30, 20 coulombs, right? So the forces F by F dash is 10 into 20 divided by, say, 10 into 20, 1 is to 1, right? The ratio before and after, which are same force it is there. Okay. Right. Right, see. What is the vector notation? Coulomb's law. See, what are the where the Coulomb's law is applicable? Generally, it is applicable for the point charges and it is a central force. It is a mutual force, isn't it? See why we are writing that. Let us see here. Coulomb force is, it is a central force which is acting center to the center of the charged body, right? And it is a mutual force, right? Means what? What amount of force acting on Q1 which is equals to the same amount of charge will be there on Q2. So Q1 force is on Q1 due to Q2, that is F12 we are writing. Here same amount of force will be there on F2 due to F1. So these are the mutual forces and it is applicable for point charges. It is applicable for point charges. Okay. And see here, what is the vector notation here? F is equals to the, we can write here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Here distance between the charges is R, it is a Q1 and Q2. While we writing here F bar, that is on 2 due to 1 is equals to the, we have to write the magnitude of force and direction. To direction which are we have to write it is with a unit vector. We can write the unit vector. Magnitude and its unit vector, we can get the force here. F21 bar which is giving the magnitude is here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square into R cap. R cap we can write it as the R bar by magnitude of R bar, right? Or we can write it is equals to the, I will write it is a constant value K Q1 Q2 by R cube into R bar. Okay. And also same here, it is a unit vector, no? That is the force acting on Q2. This is F21 bar and R we are taking here to here. These are distance, right? So we are taking from 1 to 2 it is, right? And here this R 1 to 2 and reversely if we write here minus, that is R21 is equal to minus of R12, okay, in vector notation. So similarly what we can write, F12 is equals to the K into Q1 Q2 by R cube. Here you write here 1 2 and it is 2 1 bar, or we can write here K into Q1 Q2 by R cube of minus R12 bar. Okay, that is nothing but F12 bar is equals to the minus F21 bar. Okay, and say if charges are there here Q1 and Q2, from a frame of reference or from the x-axis and y-axis. Let it is a r1 bar, position vector of r2 bar. What is the force? Force between two charges q1 and q2. How we can write here? F is equals to, position vectors are given r1 and r2 from the origin. So this distance we have to write. Okay, that is distance we are measuring from here to here, r12 means force acting on this q2 f21, right? What we can write here? This force, it is a vector we are writing, this is r12 bar, right? What we can write it is r1 bar plus r12 bar is equals to the r2 bar. Vector addition process, right? Sum of these two vectors which gives the here resultant one, right? We need r12 bar is equals to r2 bar minus r1 bar. Okay. So force on second charge due to the first charge, its magnitude is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 q2 by here, that distance is r12. So if you write in terms of q, what we can write this vector here? r2 bar minus r1 bar, isn't it? And reversely here you can write it is force acting on 1 2, right? So f12 bar is equals to the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 q2 by r21 cube is equals to, you can write r1 bar minus r2 bar, you have to write. Okay, reverse of that you can write. See that positions of two charged particles at 2 I cap, 3 j cap, 2 k cap, q1 comma q2, right? And I cap plus 2 j cap minus k cap coulombs, right? Find the force between them, right? These are the position vectors are given here. It is r1 bar and it is r2 bar given, two vectors given, right? What we can write it is f is equals to the k into q1 q2 by r, what we can write, 1 2 cube is equal into r2 minus r1 bar we have to write in vector notation. So just first you find here r12 is equals to the r2 minus r1. Later you find out its magnitude. What is r2 here? 2 minus 1 I cap 3 minus 2 plus j cap 2 minus of minus plus 3 cap 3 k cap, that is the r2 minus r1. Find out its magnitude. Root of 1 square plus 1 square plus 3 square 9, root 11, right? What we can write here? F In terms of vector notation, we can write, or magnitude of F is equal to what we can write here, K into Q1 Q2 by R12 whole square we can write. Okay. Then it is K is the, what is the value of K? 9 into 10 to the power of 10. Q1 Q2 charges. The magnitude of charges not given. 2 microcoulomb and 5 microcoulomb. Right. 2 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into 5 into 10 to the power of minus 6 by root 11 whole square. What is its value here? Here 9 into 10, 2 into 5 into 10 to the power of 3 will be there, right? Minus 3 divided by 11. F is equals to 90 divided by 11 into 10 to the power of minus 3 newtons. Okay, approximately you can write, if it is equals to nearly 10 means nearly 10 or 8.9 into 10 to the power of minus 3 newtons we can write. Okay, the magnitude of force between when the distance or position vectors, if they given, we can find out the force between them. Okay. Right. See here, superposition of Coulomb forces. Right. Here, force between two like charges is repulsive, unlike charges is attractive. So here, while calculating the resultant force, while considering the direction, need not to give the negative sign of the charge, right? And in vector notation, how it is there, vectorically we have to add the forces. Okay. See, Q1 and Q2 are there here. On Q2 charge, the force F will be there, which is away from each other, isn't it? That is, F is equals to K into Q1 Q2 by R square. 3 charges are there, like charges, right? Repulsive takes place here at the corners of a triangle, equilateral triangle. Then net force at C, what is here? Due to this positive charge, repulsive force, force on Q charge is away from the direction we are considering. Here the force and F. Angle is 60 degrees. Here the distance between the two charges is A. Okay. See that F1 due to A charge, FA we can write here K into Q square by the distance is A square. Okay. Two charges here, Q into Q, distance is here A. F due to B on C is K into Q square by A square, because of equal distance between the charges and equal charges are there, right? And what is the angle between these two forces? 60 degrees. What we can write here, F net, root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta, right? If F1 is equal to F2 and theta is equal to 60 degrees, then F net is equal to, we can write root 3F, right? That root 3 into, what is the F value here? K into Q square by A square, right? Net force will be there in between that. So we can calculate by using the parallelogram law. What angle it is making here? Alpha. What formula generally we are using to find out the direction of the resultant force? Tan inverse of Q or F2 sin theta by F1 plus F2 cos theta. Alpha is tan inverse of F sin 60 by F plus F cos 60. Tan inverse of sin 60 is root 3 by 2. F into root 3 by 2. F taking common here 1 plus 1 by 2. So alpha is root 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Right? So 2 cancel out by 2 here. So here 1 by root 3. Tan inverse of 1 by, then alpha is 30 degrees. Or if two equal forces are there making an angle theta, then alpha is equals to, you can write half of the angle, that is theta by 2 you can write. Okay. Right here. Minus Q plus Q plus Q are at the three corners of a equilateral triangle, right? Find net force on C on B corner. See, what is the force here? Same force, isn't it? Due to A plus Q charge can attract here F1 with same side A. Okay. This positive charge, it can attract with the same force F2 and making an angle theta. The resultant will be there in this direction F net. So here similar that F1 is equals to the F2, that is equal to K into Q square by A square, and theta is equal to 60 degrees. You can write F net is root 3 into F, that is equal to root 3 into K Q square by A square. So that direction is also making alpha is equals to theta by 2, 30 degrees. And at C, F at B, here, what the force is there here? Positive charge. Here the positive charge A, B, C minus Q is there. This positive charge can repel in this direction. With F1 negative charge, it is attracting in this direction, that is F2. The distance is same between the charges of equilateral triangle, right? So F1 is equal to F2, The magnitudes of forces we are considering, we are not at all substituting or considering that negative sign of the charge, is equals to k into q square by a square, and these are the two forces which are making an angle this theta, right? What is the angle here? It is 60 degrees, it is 120 degrees. The resultant will be there in this direction, F net. What you can write here? If F1 is equal to F2, theta is equal to 120 degrees, then F net is equal to what we can write? F1, that is equals to k into q square by a square. So you have to know that what? If F1 is equal to F2, theta is equal to 90 degrees, then F net is equal to what you can write? Root 2 F1, okay, and F1 is equal to F2, then angle between them is 60 degrees. F dash is equal to root 3 F1. F1 is equal to F2. Theta is equals to 120 degrees. F dash is equals to F1. F1 is equal to F2. Theta is equal to 0. F dash is equal to what you can write? F1 plus F2. F1 to F1 or 2F2. Right? Next, F1 is equal to F2. Theta is 180 degrees. Then F dash is, how much it is? 0. F1 minus F2. Right. So this net force acting here, it is equals to the k into q square by a square. Right. Right. See here. Next, what will be the force, resultant force on, let's say, equal charges are given, right, of side A. Net force, how much it is? Force due to B is F1, right? That is equal to what we can write? K into Q1 Q2 Q square by A square, and force due to D is F2 is K into Q1 Q2 Q square by A square, and third force is there. What is the distance due to A is, what we can write it is? Root 2A. This force is equal to F3 is, how much it is? K into Q square by root 2A square means 2A square. Right? See here. And what is the resultant net force? What is the net force between all these F1, F2 and F3? First, resultant of these two, again we have to write it is F dash. F dash is equals to the root 2 times of F1 we can write, because of F1 is equal to F2, theta is 90 degrees, F1 and F2. That F dash is root 2 into F1 is K into Q square by A square, and F3 is also there, K into Q square by 2A square. So net force is F dash plus F3, that is root 2 k q square by a square plus k into q square by 2a square. So k q square by a square taking common, root 2 plus 1 by 2, right? And see, find here, right? A, B, C. So find force at C. What we can write it is, minus will come. It is F1, F2 same will come. This is F3 will come. And resultant of these three here, F dash is equal to root 2 into F1, right? Then F net is equal to, you can write directly from here. These are in opposite here, right? That F root 2 into F1 minus F3. So here, yes, k q square by a square root 2 minus 1 by 2 we can write. Force on four corners of, charges are on four corners of a square of side A, right? So here, and similarly that if identical charges are present, we are going to be finding the resultant force on the charge, right? If any unidentical charges or different charges are even though given, we have to find out the magnitudes of that forces clearly, then take the angles between the forces direction. We have to find the net force at that point. Or if it is any force making an angle, just we have to take the components, cos theta components and sin theta rectangular components, we have to split it and we have to find the total force on that. Okay. So when Q naught is in equilibrium, see here, what the forces are, resultant force will be 0 when, what the cases are there, if equal charges are taken which are separated r distance, at r by 2 distance I am taking the q naught, whether it is a plus or minus, the force, net force on that is equals to the 0. When at equal distances and equal magnitude of forces F1 and F2, here F1 is equal to F2. Why? Here magnitude of forces are same and the distances are same. When equal and opposite forces are present on any charge, that will be force is 0, that charge is in equilibrium position or rest position we can say, right? So what are the conditions or other examples? If three like charges are there, if any charge q naught taken at O, what will be the F net on that? 0. But three forces are there, no? Here the three forces are there. What is the force direction here? Due to this force, F1 will be there. Due to this charge, F2 will be there. And here this one, F3 will be there. Right? And resultant of here, F1 is equals to F2, and that is equal to K into, you take it is a x distance, Q square by A square, or Q naught by A square, because of this charge is Q naught we taken. So here angle theta is equals to, it will be 120 degrees. Resultant force will be there F dash, right? That is equals to again F1, right, or F2. When F1 is equal to F2, theta is equal to 120 degrees, then F dash is equals to, you can write it is F1, that K into Q naught by A square we can write. And here F3 also we can write K into Q naught by A square, which are equal and opposite, F dash and F3. So F net is equals to F dash minus F3, that will be 0. Okay. If more than 3 charges, if we keep the any charge at the equal distance from the all the charges, then equal and opposite forces will act on that, then the resultant force we can write it as 0, right? See, a square taken plus 2q charge plus 2q charge minus q and minus q. At q naught is placed at the center of side A, right? So here also what we can write? Net force is 0 there. Okay. Here same, due to A, B, C, D. Here the force due to FA, which is equals to the FC, right? Equal charge and equal distance. Here also this is repulsive force due to FD and FC, right? So here also net force is equals to the 0. Here what we have to understand, on the square or even number of charges where it is a present, opposite charges must be equal, isn't it? Plus plus. Here whatever the charges, equal magnitude of opposite charges, you take that. Here the, if any q naught we taken, the net force is equals to the 0. This is at equilibrium due to the charges on corners of that hexagon, square or triangle, whatever it is. Okay. So this is due to some charges which are at different positions. Okay. And few questions. Yeah. What is the time now? 5. Oh, wait. Okay. Tell me here, Amma. Right? What is the equal charges are? Right? Two conductors are suspended from a rigid support with insulated strings. Okay. Then here, if it is in zero gravity or in space where g is equals to 0, right? What is the angle between them here? This will be takes here 180 degrees. Angle between these two, here we can write it is 180 degrees. If different masses taken in air, right? So as well on the earth, it is on the earth here. Equal charge they given. What is the angle between them with vertical? Angle with vertical. By each charge, what is the angle it is making with its vertical? Due to the, it is a theta 1 and theta 2. Mass m1 and m2. Right. If for identical masses, m and m of q1 and q2, they are separating each other. Angle here made theta 1 and theta 2 with m1 and m2 having the charges q1 and q2, here identical charges. Okay, here angle is depending on what factor it is. Here in this one, equal force will be there between the two charges. Okay, this angle is depending on the mass. If m1 is greater than the m2, because it becomes, it having more weight, it is unable to move more distance from its center. So that's why theta 1 is less than theta 2, right? And if m2 is greater than m1, theta 1 is greater than theta 2. For the equal masses having different charges, so here theta 1 is equal to the theta 2. So the final, what the conclusion here, theta is depending on the mass of the charged particle only. It is not depending on the charge on the conductor. Okay. Okay, we'll see it later.